Hi, this is John Hawkins Jr. with Gateway Counseling Center, and welcome to our Tuesday night YouTube live. This is our brand new time. We're doing every Tuesday at 7:15 now, where we answer any questions you have that come in throughout the week, or just provide some helpful tips from some of the stuff we do. Here at Gateway Counseling Center, we're a full-service outpatient counseling center in Boynton Beach, Florida. We do individual, couple, family therapy. We've been here for over 10 years. I myself personally have worked with several thousand clients. I specialize in all types of traumas, PTSD, addiction, anxiety disorders, couples therapy, and also I do a lot of what's known as peak performance work. So things like, pro athletes, work with a lot of golfers, entrepreneurs, business owners, things like that, really helping them break through some of the blocks that get in their way from becoming everything they're capable of being. So you can reach me throughout the week at johnh@gatewaycounseling.com. We have a group called the Mind Zone, where you can go on there and post any questions you have or interact with other people, who just want to discuss, some of the work that we do here. And we respond to all those every week, and I'll respond to all the emails you send me personally. You can check out our YouTube channel, Gateway Counseling. I believe it's SFL. On Facebook as well, Gateway Counseling Center. So then tonight I would like to speak to one of the questions that came in this week. It's a really, I would say, in my opinion, what I'm going to tell you may be controversial to some. I get flack from different people when I say this, but we are an over-medicated society. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And doing the specialized trauma work that I do, you realize that the real answer lies in shifting what's going on neurologically in our implicit memory system and our central nervous system. And so the question tonight was from Samantha, who has had a history, went to sought therapy for panic attacks and some anxiety issues, which is one of the leading causes that people seek therapy, would be different anxiety issues. I've talked before in other videos that anxiety is not a disorder. It gets diagnosed as some disorder, which makes me want to pull my hair out. But what it really is manifestations of other things. So it could be unprocessed trauma, grief, some emotion that's kind of frozen, that's still not processed, that then triggers all this other stuff for us. So the typical thing that would happen, like Samantha's question is, okay, I went and saw a psychiatrist or a mental health practitioner, and they put me on benzodiazepines, which are things like Xanax, Ativan, Klonopin. These are anti-anxiety medications, opioids. When I see these people diagnosed with opioids and benzodiazepines, I mean, this is like one of the worst combinations that you can put people on, and to do so for anxiety. I mean, when you start going higher dosages of these medications, I mean, you're just asking for an overdose. And, I've had few of my clients be told what the actual side effects are of the long-term use of these. In my opinion, nobody should ever be on these medications long-term. You don't need to be. There's a resolution to every source of anxiety. I've done it with thousands of people. I am telling you, you do not have to live with any chronic anxiety. Chronic anxiety is some form of traumatic stress or trauma that's kind of locked in the nervous system. And so it can be identified, eradicated. I also want to say, very importantly, that you don't want to just jump off these medications. They are the most, dangerous medications, alcohol and benzodiazepines, to come off of. If you're on high dosages for chronic amounts of time, you can have seizures, you can go into a coma. These are very dangerous. You want to do this with the help of a practitioner. I'm not against short-term use of these medications, but long-term use, in my opinion, there is nobody that needs to be on these things long-term. And, when I've seen clients with high dosages of these, like when I've worked in treatment centers, I mean, it is awful. They're coming in, even after 10 days of detox, shaking like wet cats, it's just so infuriating to me how, like, they'll just keep writing scripts for all this stuff, because you're talking a lot of money. And I'm not saying the psychiatrist or the practitioner has ill intent, but you know, they're going with whatever the standard of care they believe in. You know, if you go see a baker, they're going to give you bread, you know, whatever, they're going to do whatever. If you see me, I'm going to do therapy with you. But you know, these are for like acute things, short-term things, because the source of anxiety is not going to get addressed no matter how much Xanax you take or Klonopin you take or Ativan you take. Long-term use of these things also leads, you know, research shows, to cognitive impairment, memory problems, some of which can be permanent depending on how long you use and the level that you use. So I would look at, you want to do two things in my opinion. Is you want to have a plan for tapering off with whoever you're working with medically, and then you want to work with somebody like me to get to the bottom of where all this anxiety is coming from. There is so many sources, and I'm telling you, they are resolvable, and you do not have to live with these things. I'm glad, like in this case, you got off the opiates and aren't using alcohol, but you have to get a long-term plan, and they just don't tell you. You're pretty much on your own. I mean, if you go see a psychiatrist, 90% of them are just going to write you a script, do your every 2 or 3 months checkup, and see how you're doing, and write you another script. I've got a couple people that I started working with that are really committed to getting their clients off drugs, and they're psychiatrists. So if you like some referrals, you can reach me at john@gatewaycounseling.com. But huge problem, big epidemic. I mean, these anti-anxiety medications are just everywhere. And then, you know, everybody has some culpability, because a lot of times the clients don't want to do the hard work of therapy to really heal. It's like, okay, I can just take this pill and I don't have to feel this, you know, but you're just buying yourself time and creating a whole other set of issues. Now, on the flip side, if you're using these things short term, and most people are using them in smaller dosages, you don't have to feel guilty about that or suffer. You know, a lot of times people need that to get stabilized to come see me, so then we can work on the underlying source of the anxiety. So, you know, there's no need to suffer. That's what they're there for. It's for acute things, short-term things, while you're resolving whatever the underlying issue is. But these long-term usages and escalated usages mixed in with opiates, I mean, that is just a reckless combination. So then just have a plan, like I said, to seek out somebody like me, work on the therapy part, work with your physician or your psychiatrist for a plan to taper off as you're resolving the underlying issues. Do not jump off of these willy-nilly on your own. You could get in big trouble with that. So hope that answers your question. A very good question. You know, it's something a lot of people need to hear. If you know anybody that can benefit from what I just shared with you, because there's a lot of people out there in that situation that don't want to keep taking the Xanax and things like that, but they're afraid to get off of it because their anxiety goes way back up if they try to come off of it, you know. Share it with as many people we can, tag anybody, all that kind of stuff. So reach out to me during the week. We're starting this back up. This is our first one back again on a weekly basis. It's a free service we're offering. You know, like I said, share with anyone who you believe could benefit. And it will be every Tuesday night at 7:15. So that's Tuesday night at 7:15. We'll answer any and all questions you have. And so I look forward to answering those. Have a great week. Thanks for watching the video, and share it with as many people as you believe could benefit there. Thank you.